Most SEO agencies tell local businesses that it'll take 6 months to see results. Meanwhile, we just ranked a kitchen remodeler number 2 on Google in just 30 days. Here's what their rankings looked like on August 25. They were not ranking number 1 at all. They just ranked number 2 in their immediate area. And not even just a month later, they are ranking number 1 and more than just their current area. And they're soon going to dominate basically all of Pittsburgh for kitchen remodeling in Pittsburgh. If you need more proof, this is literally within 30 days. They went to number 2 because of their presence on maps for kitchen remodeling and bathroom remodeling in Pittsburgh, which is their 2 main services. So I'm going to show you the exact 3-step system that got my client this exact result. So as you probably know, when someone searches for a kitchen remodeler near me, Google shows a map with the top 3 businesses near the top of the search results. This 4th one right here is a Google ad. And these map listings are super powerful. It gets around 60 to 70% of the clicks. And if you're not in that top 3, you're basically invisible. So here's a 3-component system that works in all of local markets because most competition are just not doing it. Your competition are likely doing nothing, or they're just writing random blog posts that isn't helping local rankings at all. So step 1 is to perfect your Google business profile, then to have the perfect website structure, and then get good backlink signals, which I'm going to describe what that means. So when it comes to Google Business Profile, most businesses barely fill out the basics, but a fully optimized Google Business Profile can make a massive difference. And the first thing that you need to do is you need to optimize your primary category. You need to ensure that your primary category is set to whatever your competitors have. So let's say you are primarily a kitchen remodeler, and if I search for a kitchen remodel category, you're going to see this small text right here that says kitchen remodeler. So this is the primary category on Google, and this is a huge thing to get right. If you don't set your primary category right, Google will show you for the absolutely wrong things. And I'll give you an example right here. So if I press on more businesses right here, you'll see that all of the top listings have kitchen remodeler in their main category. But you'll see this company right here, Reborn Renovation, they have their primary category set as general contractor. And even though they have more reviews, they have 86 reviews, they show up 4th or 5th just because they don't have this primary category set as kitchen remodeler. So this is telling you like how important it is to nail this down. You need to be looking at your competitors, see what their primary category is, and ensure that yours is set to be the same thing. If you want to change your primary category, it's super simple. Just search up the name of your business and then go to edit profile, and then you'll see your primary category right here, and then you can change this to be whatever you want. You'll see here that there's also additional categories, so you should fill these in as well. Putting in additional categories is not as powerful as setting your primary category right, but there's nothing wrong with adding more additional categories of your other services just to give Google more context of what you actually do. So here is a simple prompt that you can use to figure out any possible additional categories that you have. You can use this and then just start naming out your services here, and then it'll start listing out some additional services that you can include in your Google Business Profile. Once we fixed the primary category, then we went in and filled in all the details of the business profile. So this include filling in the business description, the hours are correct, adding in all the services, the FAQ, responding to all reviews, and then mentioning the service and the location in there as well, and then implementing a review capture system. If I go back to this example right here, I should be filling in all of this information. So this has the business name with the name of the service in the name, which is really good. The description should be filled out. The social profiles should be in. The service areas should be filled in. You should go through all of these sections and make sure that they are filled in correctly. Over here, if you press on edit services, you want to go in and fill in all the relevant information about all types of services you have here as well. You can even press on edit products right here and then add your services in your products as well. And then you can link those products to the pages on your website to just give Google more context about what you do. There's even this button here called ask for reviews. So this is a link that you can send to your clients, or a QR code here. Or if you build a system that automatically sends these to clients, now you have a system to start collecting reviews automatically, and then this will dramatically improve your Google rankings over time. Photos is also huge. You want to always be updating new photos, having the correct cover photos, because if Google sees that your Google Business Profile is constantly being updated, this is a positive signal because you are active on the platform. So once you got everything on the Google Business Profile squared away, now you need the perfect website structure. So you can have the perfect Google Business Profile, but if your website doesn't say exactly what you do, then it's basically useless. Google cares about relevance and trust. Everything has to match. What your business says on the Google Business Profile has to match what your website says. So this is called the matching principle. What Google wants to see is, does your website match what you say in your Google Business Profile? If they don't match, then Google thinks that your business might be fake or a scam. And if they do match perfectly, then that is a positive trust signal. So for our original Pittsburgh kitchen remodeler client, we completely restructured his website to mirror what the Google Business Profile is saying. His main service was kitchen and bathroom remodeling in Pittsburgh, so we ensured that all the content on the website was just about that. You'll see we made specific pages to talk about those two services in Pittsburgh. You have to be very specific. We talked about bathroom remodeling in Pittsburgh as well as kitchen remodeling in Pittsburgh. Within a big city such as Pittsburgh, however, there's usually smaller suburbs where people also search for a contractor. So we need to make a dedicated bathroom and kitchen remodeling pages for all these suburbs as well. And you can use GPT to figure this out. So within Pittsburgh, there's areas called Penn Hills, Bethel Park, Mount Lebanon, Ross Township, McCandless, and Monroeville. So if I take this location here called Bethel Park and then I search for Bethel Park Kitchen Remodeler, you're going to see that I get specific pages that mention Bethel Park. So if they made a specific page about kitchen remodeling in Bethel Park, then that means that we need to do that as well for our client if we want to show up within all these areas as well. So there are 7 locations in total, and then each location needs a bathroom and a kitchen page, so that's around 14 location pages that we need to make in total. Creating these pages gives Google more context as to where it should rank you on the map. If you have content about Penn Hills and Bethel Park, it's more likely to show your map in these areas as well. The Google Business Profile mainly talks about Pittsburgh though, so on this section here, when we create products and it asks us for a URL, we're just going to link the general Pittsburgh pages. So now we know we need to make 14 pages. Now we need to make them as fast as possible, and honestly, you would be stupid if you didn't use AI to help you make this content. So here's a sample ChatGPT prompt that we use. So at the beginning here, we first tell it what we're going to do, and then we're going to give it a target word count, and then we're going to give it the structure of the page that we want. So we're going to tell it this is the service overview that we want. We then want to talk about our process and as a kitchen remodeler. Then we want a why choose us section, and then we're going to have an in-depth FAQ section down below. This is done for 2 reasons. One, I need enough content at the bottom of the page so that Google has enough context as to what the page is about. And if I put all the text at the top, people are not going to stay engaged. They mostly want to see photos and don't want to see large amounts of text. So I'd rather have that at the bottom. So here is an idea of all the different topics I want to have mentioned in the FAQ. I also want to mention the service areas that I serve as well, and then a call to action. Here I tell it the tone that I want all the content to be written in, and here at the bottom I give it the inputs of what makes my business unique. So I give my company's unique selling proposition, I give how many years of experience I have, anything that makes me different, any licenses, any awards, anything different about my service, unique equipment or techniques, basically anything that makes my business different than everyone else's. This is super key, because if you just tell AI to just make content based on something super generic, then the content won't be any different from you or your competitors. But if you tell directly AI what makes you different and what makes your process different, now AI is making content that's catered towards you, which will by default make your content different than everyone else's. So this prompt works because it's super specific. We're not just telling GPT like write me content about a kitchen remodeling in Pittsburgh. We're telling it what we want and what makes us different so that again, the content is unique. And then with this prompt, our team is able to bang out 14 pages in just a single afternoon. By the way, if this sounds like a ton of work, book a call with my team with the first link below to see how we can handle this for you. We only take on 1 client per area that offers a specific service. So if you want to get that spot for your location right now, book a call. So now you might wonder, won't Google penalize my AI generated content? And the answer is actually no. Google doesn't really care these days if content is written by AI or humans. It only cares if the content is helpful and trustworthy. If someone reads the content that was helped by AI and the content itself doesn't feel off or unusual, then Google won't really care. But the reason that most AI content doesn't rank because it's super generic and it's super templated. Like it literally looks like every other piece of content out there. So then Google is not going to rank it, because why would it show super generic AI content out in its rankings? So you can use AI to help you write the content, but you want to give AI everything that makes your business unique so that the final output is unique. So step number 3, once we've created all the content and put it into the website, is to get the good backlink. So a backlink is essentially any other website that's not yours that has a link that points to your main website. If you are a new website, you by default have 0 backlinks, and because you have 0 backlinks, Google doesn't know if it can trust you yet. And the only way that Google will know if you are legit or not is to see if other trusted websites link out to you. So now you're wondering, what is a trusted website? A trusted website is any website that either talks about your city or talks about your industry. So let me show you a few examples. So I have this SEO tool called Ahrefs, and then I'm gonna put in here just home renovation Toronto, and now it's gonna tell me all information about this keyword, home renovation Toronto. And if I actually just scroll down, I'm gonna get a list of all the companies that actually rank for home renovation Toronto. Number 1, I have RenoWow. and Ashton Renovations, Sasana, so on and so forth. So you're going to see how many backlinks these websites actually have. You're going to see a trend that usually the websites at the top have a lot of backlinks. So this website has 200, 460, 578. And you're going to see as I go down, there's going to be a few outliers, but as I go down, there's going to be less and less backlinks. If I go all the way down to the bottom, there's Odema Construction, and they have almost 0 backlinks. So with this tool, I'm actually able to go into the website and see what are all the websites that are linking to this company. So I can click onto this button and then go to overview, and then it'll load me their website, and then I can see that they have 128 different websites or domains that point to them. And if I click on backlinks right here, I can see everything. So I want to put on a filter. I only want to look at the best links. So I'm going to filter out the spammy links and then press show results. And now I'm able to see all of the good links. So I see that they got a link from the platinumhomes.ca, and then I can click on this and actually see where they are linked out. So it's telling me here that they are linked on this text right here, home renovation expert. So if I go to this page here and then I search for home renovation expert, you're going to see that this text right here links to their website. So now they are linked by this company called the platinumhomes.ca. So if it makes sense for my company to be linked on the platinumhomes.ca, then I will reach out to the Platinum Homes company and I will ask them if they can feature my website or my company as well. So if I scroll down, I found this other website called articleted.com, and they wrote an article about home renovation. So I can reach out to Articleted as well and then ask them to write an article about my company as well. There may be a small fee, or maybe I have to write the article, but at the end of the day, I just care about getting a link to my website. So this tool is super powerful because you can go through all of your competitors' backlinks and find any link that talks about the industry or about your city, and then reach out to them and try to acquire that link. So here are the results of actually doing all of this stuff. Within 30 days of implementing this system, the client's Google business profile jumped from position 10. This is an average rank of position 10, and they weren't ranking number 1 at all for anything, to now having an average rank of 4 and number 1 in multiple spots in their city with this increase in ranking. So now you know everything you need to do to take any local business from invisible to the top 3 in as little as 14 days. You need to just optimize your Google business profile, make a good website structure that talks about what you do and where you do it, and have the content that talks about it, and get high quality backlinks. And this works in 90% or almost every single local market because your competition is simply not doing this stuff. If you want us to do this for you, we have a 90-day money-back guarantee. If we don't get your results, you don't pay. Or if you want my entire course, just search for Munir Local SEO course. Find this video right here and you'll see the whole hour breakdown of how we do everything in depth. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.